Hello, friends. How's everybody doing today? I'm Kristen Fagan. I'm here for Softlex Company. We're going to have a beading party with our dear friend Rebecca Combs of Design and Adorn. Welcome, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I know you've been sharing this design since our Sundance party, given a little sneak peek a few weeks ago, and I'm excited to see how it all comes together. So Rebecca today is going to share a Kumihimo design with us. And before we get into it, I just want to let everybody know we are doing Joyful Beading this month over in the Softlex Company VIB studio on Facebook. And today's prompt is, let me go grab it. Get my calendar out. Today's prompt is make a Kumihimo design for March 12th. Yay! In honor of Rebecca being here hanging out with us, we want to encourage all of you to think about Kumihimo today. And this calendar is our monthly calendar. You don't have to actually do the prompts on the day they're specified because we choose winners at the end of the month. You just use the hashtag Joyful Beading, share your prompt with the group in Facebook, the Softlex VIB Studio group. We'll choose 4 winners at the end of the month to win a prize from all the participation. And today's prompt is make a Kumihimo design. So that's always fun. And if you don't know what that is, Rebecca is here to share also some Kumihimo goodness with you.
That's right. I've got my disc all set up.
Woo, woo. And you're working with a round disc, is that right?
Oh, hold on, the camera's this direction. Yes, around
there
this.
It is. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
The flying saucer.
I love it. One more thing to share before we get going is that we just loaded up a new goodie bag over on the Softlex Company website, softlexcompany.com, and it's called the Spring Goodie Bag. You can buy it if you want to just buy it, but you can also get it for free with your order over $99 or more when you enter the coupon code SPRINGTIME, all one word, at checkout. It's a $41.74 full retail value, and they just went up today, so this is good while supplies last. You have to enter that coupon code for it to show free, and your order needs to be over $99 or more, and it's 1 coupon per order, as well as not applied with any other order discounts. You guys have been loving all of our goodie bags, so Sarah put together another one especially just for the spring. So go gobble that up. We also have a new bundle that we put together of wire. So it is a Econoflex bundle. Econoflex is our it's our hobby wire, and it comes in some really luscious metallic colors. The bundle is going to be our fine diameter. This is what the spool looks like for Econoflex. If you've seen it before, I don't know. But it's a really great deal because it's outlet wire and it's 40% off. So super duper deal. You get 4 spools. I think they're 15 feet each. Thomas, maybe you can verify that for me because we do sell them in 2 different sizes. They are the fine 0.014 diameter, and it comes in the autumn brown, the steel blue, the cinnamon red, and spring green. And those are brand new as a bundle. And it's, like I said, it's an outlet, so it's sold as is. And we're going to give away one for free here on our call. So all you have to do is comment with the hashtag Kumihimo, and that will go ahead and count you in our giveaway. And Econoflex is really kind of fun for Kumihimo because you need a lot of wire for Kumihimo. And I've done it with Econoflex before, so I thought that might be a fun bundle that you might want to try with a Kumihimo design in the future. All right. So I think I said all my things I had to say. Let's turn it over to Rebecca.
Cool.
Tell us a little bit about you, your shop, your kit, and what we're going to be doing today.
So I'm here with Design and Adorn. That company, we specialize in Kumihimo kits, and we also teach classes. We just put some Zoom classes on the schedule that I'm very excited about. So this necklace that I'm wearing, this is the Zephyr. This is going to be a Zoom class coming up. Let's see if I can.
Let me pop you on the big screen. There you go.
There you go.
That is so lovely. I saw you post some behind the scenes pictures of you working on this.
Yeah, this one's really cool. It's a I'm gonna change cameras. It's a 16 warp braid. So if you already know Kumihimo and you want to learn a new braid structure, this one's really cool because it makes a two-sided design. It's a little bit different pattern on each side, and then we finish it off with this very cool tassel that I think it's just very like relaxed and chill, which is the vibe I'm going for currently in my life.
Beautiful. I love the braid that it makes. It's gorgeous. Can you hold it up a little closer so we can see the detail?
Yeah, like zoom in on that. Yeah, so here you can see like the two sides.
Oh, that's stunning.
Yeah, I love this braid. And it's not really harder to do 16 warps versus 8 warps. It's move. So it's a longer sequence of movements to remember. But once you get into it, you can be pretty zen about it. Just focus on your movements. And actually, it's really nice. I think that it's somewhat complicated, like somewhat more complicated than our standard round braid that you later, because you can't ruminate as much, right? So if you want to do something that's somewhat like meditative and just like focus on the movements and just like be really present, it's really excellent for that, because I find that I have to just pay just a little bit more attention to it because there are more movements.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Katney said she saw your short video on that and she thinks it's so pretty. Dana says super cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, it could make a lovely strap or a belt as well, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Oh man, I hadn't thought about it as a belt. I really like belts. That's a good idea.
It is a good idea. You do wear a lot of belts. That would be so fun.
You know what you could do? Like I mean, it would be a lot of braiding. Make a belt, obviously, but like I like wide belts, so I wonder if I could like make like 2 or 3 braids and sew them together.
Yes.
Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
Ooh, a tote handle. That's true. That would look very cool with a tote handle too. And I think
it's very strong. You could definitely use this as a handle on a bag.
Did you I think you asked the question when you were working on it if you should steam it. What did you end up doing?
I ended up not steaming it because I really like the texture of the ribbon, right? Where it's like a little bit like crinkled just from like being worked and everything.
I like that.
I decided not to steam it. The satin rat tail, it just sort of like naturally relaxes over time, so it's fairly straight in there. But the ribbon has this cool texture to it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just leave it. Like my hair's straight today, but I've been like playing with like making my hair curly, so I'm like, this is kind of a vibe I'm feeling right now.
A relaxed curly vibe.
That's right.
I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. So is this one of your first Zoom classes, or have you done a few so far?
I have done Zoom classes, but not recently. Like the last Zoom classes were like 2020, 21, 22. We kind of like took a break from Zoom classes for a while. So this is going to be the first one that we've done in a while. We actually have 2 sessions of this scheduled. The first one sold out. The one that we have slots in right now is May 1st. And yeah, if you've done some Kumihimo before, then you could do this one.
Awesome. And you have a kit they can purchase for that class?
Yeah, the class comes with the kit. So perfect. It's easy peasy. When you go to sign up for it, you'll see a little drop down menu and you'll pick your color.
Oh, wonderful. I love it.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So let's talk about what we're going to make today, because this is also a kit. This is called the Beyond the Horizon, I believe.
yeah, here we are, beyond the horizon. There's my beauty shot, fancy picture of it.
Ooh, it's so
Ooh.
pretty.
This is it here on my wrist. So it's half Kumihimo, and then it's half strung beads on soft flex. And I'm a little bit too zoomed in. Let's unzoom. There we go. So I've made 2 of them so far, and we're gonna make another one today. So this is the Apatite, this is Fluorite, and then today I'm gonna do the African turquoise jumper.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah. So what you want to think about first when making this is how big would you like your bracelet to be? So people ask me a lot, you know, how long should I make my bracelet? Well, first of all, it depends on how big your wrist is. So we're gonna like start with that. And I've got like a 6-inch wrist, but that's with the tape measure pulled like pretty snug. That's not how I want my bracelet to fit. So what you have to do is you have to think about like the ease, right? Like if you're making a garment, like how much space do you want here? And that's where you're going to measure. So, and I walk you through this in the kit instructions. We got like a whole thing about like measure it. So you're going to take your wrist measurement with the ease and then add an inch to it. So got a whole little like worksheet here, and then you're just going to write down what your target length is. And then based on that, you're going to go to the chart and find your finished bracelet length. And that will tell you how long you should aim for your gemstone section. Because we kind of have a lot happening in this array. We've got the gemstones, we've got the Kumihimo, we have the space that, you know, the toggle takes up. So I did all the math for you and made the chart. You just have to decide how big you want your slit to be. So I've already opened this kit once to set up my Kumihimo. Let me get my other parts out.
You guys just got a sneak peek of the awesome instructions that Rebecca puts with her kits. So look at all that thought that she puts together for you when you're designing with one of her kits that will help you with all of your sizing and any other questions you may have as you get started. And I know that she also has like beginner PDFs and stuff on her website. So if you need some information, even just getting going, there's some great resources over at designandadorn.com.
Yeah, absolutely. And on our YouTube channel as well, we have videos there too. So if you're brand new, you can check that out there. So I'm going to start by cutting a 9-inch piece of soft flex. This is the medium.
Becky says she got her kit last week. I need to know which color you got, Becky. I know there's a lot of colors. I don't know if you've sold out of any colors or if they're all still available.
So we have sold out of the Amethyst, but we also just added some new colors yesterday. So the African turquoise jasper is a new color that just went online, and sodalite just went up, and let's see, also the garnet and the picture jasper. So we added 4 new colors, and they're ready to go. They're not on pre-order.
Beautiful, lovely additions.
And here are my stones. I love these. Let's see, what other parts? Oh, and we're going to need a crimp bead. So I'm going to start by making a loop. Let me get my crimp out of here so my bag quits making crunchy noises. There we go. So I've got a crimp. I like to size my loops with a toothpick, just because otherwise I'm not great at getting my loops like remotely the same size. So I just use the toothpick as a little size guide for myself. So I just want to start with a crimp bead on here. I'm sure you guys can see me. So I've got my crimp bead. I'm pretty close to the end of the wire, and I'm just gonna make a little U-turn and go back in. And then this is where my toothpick comes into play. So I can use that to help me size my loop. I'm gonna like tighten this up here. Kristen, you guys use the magical crimper pretty often, don't you? I think I've seen that a lot in your designs.
We do. Yeah, we use it all the time.
I'm obsessed with it now. I don't want to crimp with anything else. I just want to magic crimp.
I know how you feel. It's just the way it goes. It's like when it finally clicks and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing.
It's amazing. All right, so you just like squeeze it, turn it, you know, line it back up, and then squeeze it again. Do that a couple times. Once you've like squeezed it once, you can take the toothpick out. If it's obstructing your view, your wire's not going anywhere. Just take the toothpick out.
It's such a cute tip. That little cute you take and using the little called it a Q-tip, but you meant a toothpick, right?
You could also use a Q-tip just as long as you're using the same thing.
That's
every
true.
time.
That's true. That's a good tip.
Toothpick.
Unless I just heard it differently. I don't know. Maybe it hit my ear different.
It's entirely possible that I said some random word. That tracks.
Oh, Becky got the fluorite. The fluorite's really pretty. Darlene also really got the fluorite. She said it's just beautiful. Tiger's eye looks like a little bit like mocha mousse, says Thomas. And Terry says, you're killing me with your designs and your colors. I bought 4 for my daughters, and now I have to get some of your new colors too.
Oh, that's so fun to do it with your daughters.
She's a color temptress, Rebecca.
That's is kind of what I do. All right.
Love it.
Okay, so what I did, I crimped the end of this, so I've got my little loop, and this is really just because we're making a short piece, so I don't want to have like bead stoppers and fiddle on both ends. I just went ahead, finished the one end, and then we're going to start playing here. And it tells you all of this in the instructions, but basically stone beads are not all like exactly the same size. So I've got like some suggestions of like, you know, how to pack these out, but you get to play with them and arrange them however you like, really. I tell you exactly how many of your size 11s you got to save for the braid. And then other than that, you can play to your heart's content. Just make a little pattern here. I'm going to do the same pattern I did on my others just so that I don't have to think about it too much while I'm on TV, which is just 3 beads and then a spacer. And I took some of my stone beads off the string. I regret that choice. I should have left them on the string. They're easier to line up if you just pinch them off the string and pull them out. It keeps the holes aligned. So like here, I'll do it over here. So see if I can take 3 of these in a row and then just stab them through. I only got 1 of them anyway.
Your hands are a little below the screen right now.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, yeah.
Let me come up here also.
I know it's tough with the stones. Like you have to be get it close to your face, and sometimes that makes it out of the camera.
Yeah, I got to get used to my new camera setup. Everything is on my left, and it used to be on my right, so I'm just like slightly.
That's gonna take a little while, right? Getting used to.
Right, like it should be the same. Like, why does it matter that it's different? But it does. It's because the camera in your phone is not in the middle.
That's true. Yeah, it's slightly off to the side, so you always have to like lean over one way, and now you're gonna have to lean the other way, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I just have to like remember which way to lean, and you know, like the face camera, I had to like figure out which items in my messy studio would be in frame.
Right. Sarah says she bought the Apatite, the Amethyst, and the Fluorite kits. Oh, that sounds so exciting. She made all of
those
the
are such pretty
braids.
colors.
And she finished the
awesome.
Fluorite. Yeah, she finished the Fluorite bracelet. She still needs to string up the stones on the other two.
Oh, cool. Moving right along.
Dana is wondering, are the holes large enough to run the wire down through them while on the string? Probably not, but just wondering.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. So it wasn't on the Apatite, which was the first one I made, but yeah, actually it looks like it is on the African turquoise. So maybe, depends on the stone. They're all cut by hand. Let's see. How many sections do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I've got my bead strung up. So I don't want this last bead to be a seed bead. I want that last bead to be a crimp bead. So let me get a crimp out. All right, so this is going to be just like at the beginning. I'm going to take my wire and make a U-turn, go back through that crimp bead, and then find my, let's go with toothpick. Go with toothpick for this tool. And then cinch this up, try to get my loops approximately the same size. Now, when you're making this loop here and you're cinching your wire up, you're not trying to crush the beads, right? They should have like a little play in them. Don't pull it like super duper tight. Some of the beads are softer than others. Like fluorite, for example, is a soft stone. That's just how it is. So if you like put too much pressure on the wire, you could crack a stone. So give them some room to play in here. One thing I like to do to make sure that I have like enough play is I kind of like cram my my thumbnail between the last bead and the crimp bead, just to make sure there's at least like a little bit of wire happening there, little wire space. And then we're just going to magic crimp again. All right, so you guys can see I have like a pretty long tail here that I'm going to cut off. So the instructions say 9 inches because that's a long enough piece if you're doing like the max length of the bracelet to do the max length and have enough room to do your work. But if you're doing a short, you might not need as much. So after you do your first one, you can look at this and go, oh, hey, that was more tail than I personally need to work with. And you can just cut your next piece a little bit shorter so you can serve wire. Because we didn't send it to you in a bunch of little pieces. We sent one long continuous piece. That way your leftover piece is more likely to be a usable length of wire, right? So that we can be conservative with our resources. So that's what our stone strands look like after we make that. So you're going to make 4 of those so they look just the same. Right, here's on our sample bracelet. We've got 4 of them. So I'm going to show you what's happening over on the Kumihimo side. So I've strung up all but one of my Kumihimo strings. Sorry, since I zoomed the wrong way. There you go. So I just have the last one to string up. So again, I was just following along with the chart. So where we had our chart where we're like, okay, this is the fin line.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Sarah.
I just noticed I can't hear Rebecca.
She just went mute right when you came on, so I'm not sure what happened. I don't know.
I've been here a little while in the background, so I don't think it was me, but I think, Rebecca, you might be muted or something changed.
Yeah, maybe she hit it accidentally. Oh,
there we
there
go.
she is.
I wonder. Hi.
Again.
I wonder how I got muted. Hi.
Yeah, I was just gonna go tell her, and I saw your face pop up, Sarah.
I was like,
well,
wait a minute.
All right, so I put one size 11 seed bead on here, and those you have to just like lick and stick. You can't use the needle for those, but I can use my big eye needle for the size 18 seed beads.
Did you say how many seed beads you were putting on each strand?
I didn't. It depends on how big your bracelet's going to be, but it's in the instructions. You got a chart. So I think they're, oh my gosh, this one has, like, I'm doing 18 on mine, but I have 8 different bracelet sizes in there, right? Because people like precision in their bracelets. So you pick your size and then you go from there. But I'm doing 18 beads on mine. And then it starts and finishes with a size 11 seed bead. And I'm just going to tie a slip knot to put around my bobbin. A little weight on there. All right, and now it's Kumihimo time. So it's top right down, bottom left up, turn the disc. Top right down, bottom left up, turn the disc. So this is the basic round braid. It's also known as Kongo Gumi in Japanese. And it's just these 2 moves. Top right down, bottom left up, turn the disc. It doesn't matter which direction you turn the disc. It would be great if you could pick a direction and stick with it. I turn mine counterclockwise, for example. However, if you sometimes turn it counterclockwise and you sometimes turn it clockwise, it's not going to mess up your braid. This braid is very forgiving. The reason I'd like you to pick a direction and be aware of your direction of travel is so later when you're trying to learn more complicated braids, you've already trained yourself to be aware of the direction of travel, because it will matter in future braids. But right now, it doesn't. Just top right down, bottom left up. And I'm just going around until I get like a short little nubbin at the beginning that will get cut off at the very end. And I've run out of working room here. See, there's just like a teeny bit of thread left. So I'm going to open the bobbin, let the bead slide down, and then pop that closed again. All right. I'm going to set this on a stand just so that it shakes less when I put the beads in.
So Kelly is asking, is it an 18-inch strand that you're working on?
The length of the superline?
I think
no.
Yeah,
it's longer. It's longer than that. Let me look at the instructions. Let's see. It says there's 6.5 yards. That's the total amount. Whatever that is divided by 8. I want to say it's like 30 inches. So your general guideline for how long to cut your Kumihimo cords is 3 to your finished length with a little asterisk. So this is like a super short piece, right? It's like 3 inches. So 3 times 3, that'd be only 9 inches. That's not enough because it doesn't account for like the knot at the beginning, winding it onto the bobbin, having enough on the bobbin so that your bobbins don't fall off in an annoying way. So yeah, like 18 inches would be enough, but we cut your cords longer than that because it's frustrating to work with really short pieces.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Kelly's saying she meant the number of beads. Well, Rebecca says it depends on the length that you're making it. And when you buy the kit, she's got a chart that lets you know. But I think she used 18 beads for
Yeah, on my sample I've got 18 beads. But yes, there are many different bracelet sizes to choose from. So when you go to do the beads, the moves are going to be the same. So this is top right down, but I let one bead come to the center and it just tucks underneath this first perpendicular cord that it comes to. You see that little like silver bead right there? So this is bottom left up, tuck that bead in. And I don't normally set it on a jar while I'm braiding at home. That's just to kind of reduce the shaky cam so that the camera can focus better on those little beads. It's just one bead every time. You go around and there are those little silver beads. So we started with size 11 seed beads. That's so that they'll fit into this 6 millimeter end cap. They just tuck right up in there. So your size 11 seed bead, color they are will be whatever color findings you have. So if you're in a kit with silver colored findings, then you have silver colored size 11s. If you have copper end caps, you've got copper size 11s, just whatever you have. They almost all fit under the end cap, but they'll be like one bead, like right there. You can see that silver bead if you're like super low. So that's why we do them that way, just to make it the color of your end cap.
Kind of disappears.
Yep.
Fabulous.
They just fade into the background.
Carolyn is asking, do you have a needle and thread on your stringing thread? I think for the seed beads.
I did, but I have removed it since I'm not currently stringing. But yes, that is how I got the beads on there. I used a big eye needle, one of these guys that the needle runs the whole length of it.
Perfect. We just got some of those in the shop for the first time.
Oh, those are great. We use those all the time. Like basically every kit we have comes with like one of these big eye needles. They're a consumable item. They don't last forever because you tend to like mangle them up by the force of your hand when you're beading. I mean, they're obviously good for more than one project, but they're not good infinitely.
Right. You'll eventually have to replace it or have a new one. I gotcha. Yeah, I did some bead embroidery recently and I mangled quite a few needles in the process. I actually kind of
save my needles and I have them like graded by like how straight they are. Because like some things you need like a really straight needle. Like if you're stringing like size 15s, you want a really straight needle. But you're doing like bead embroidery and you are kind of like making like a tight curve. Sometimes you want almost like a C-shaped needle.
Right. I did need it at sometimes to kind of get into a corner around the sides of the painting. So it was kind of like sometimes you need that little curve to help you out.
Rebecca, are you saying you organize your needles by the shape they're in?
Yeah. Who else is surprised by that? Not me. No, I mean, for me, it would be surprising, but that Rebecca does it, I don't think it.
I mean, they're not like super organized. It's not like I have labels made or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Unlike some categories of goods in my studio that are clearly labeled. Like, all right, so we cut ribbons and cords all the time, right? Like, so for this thing. So I have bags and bags of things labeled that are like 6-yard pieces, 1.5 yard pieces, 1 yard pieces, less than 1 yard piece.
Oh my goodness. So organized. My stuff is just so chaotic. I keep telling myself I'm going to do better, but I never get there.
This is not how like my home is. It's just how my studio is.
A different brain for the studio.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My camping stuff is like this. Like I have drawers and drawers of like maps that are all labeled, and
Oh, I love that.
we have snack drawers, like condiment drawers where you have to hold like shelf stable packets of mayonnaise and ketchup and mustard.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
because I really like egg salad.
Kelly's trying to work out how you start and how many lengths she's trying to for her like first Kumihimo. I think that your beginner PDF on your website might be a good place for her to check out. Does that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, get the Beaded Kumihimo starter guide. That'll explain like the Kumihimo math and how many beads you need to pick up. Like the short answer. And this project is a special case because it's like half a bracelet, right? So that's unusual. So your general guidelines, your cord is 3 times your finished length. So say you're making an 18-inch necklace, 18 inches times 3 is 54 inches. That's 1.5 yards. So each piece is 1.5 yards long. And then for your seed beads, you need half your finished length. So for this 18-inch necklace, you need 9 inches of seed beads on each of the 8 warps. That's the shortcut math.
For everybody else who's as impressed with Rebecca's organization skills as I am, make sure you give her a heart or a thumbs up on this video. Because she deserves it.
That's just my flavor of mental illness. That's just how I like it.
Mental goodness. That's
okay. All right.
Everything.
Yeah, it's a feature, not a bug.
Right.
Oh, and Katney is mentioning how you have just beautifully written instructions on your website and a clear starter videos on YouTube.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we've been working on putting more of those up. So if you haven't yet, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, we are getting more videos there, and we're starting to do more of the short form as well. Those are kind of fun to make.
Yeah, you're going to find the website is designandadorn.com. Thomas dropped a link to the starter guide in the comments. You can find Design and Adorn on YouTube as well, and that's pretty easy, youtube.com/design and adorn.
That's us. All right, so this is Kumihimo. Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Ruth is asking, how did you get the disc to stand? Rebecca just has it placed on top of a jar for the beading on video to make it a little easier for you to see what she's doing.
Yeah, so the way I naturally hold it is I hold it in one hand. I'm right-handed, so I hold the disc in my left hand. And I braid like this. If I'm really thinking, I'll do both hands. So I'll do the right side move with my right hand, and then I'll do the left side move with my left hand when I'm thinking about things like, Rebecca, don't use your right hand for everything, but I'm much faster if I just braid exclusively with my right hand.
I haven't done Kumihimo in so long. This feels so inspiring. Is anybody else out there feeling inspired?
I got my disc out for this reason because I hadn't done it in a while either.
I like it because once you get it set up, it's something that you can do while like watching TV or listening to something like a podcast or an audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't require your full concentration once you get going.
I've made some beautiful designs on the Kumihimo board that I really love using soft flex as the cording, and I just haven't done it in so long.
I'm giving away the Econoflex bundle on our video today, Sarah, because I thought
nice,
could be fun to do Kumihimo with as well. And we've got a great.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys braid with that. You'll have to post pictures. All right, I'm gonna make the dangle for the end. You guys see, we have a little like quartz dangle that goes by the toggle. So this is just going to be a wrapped loop. So you're going to take your head pin and you've got a little, so there was a baggie that has 2 head pins and your quartz piece. The 2 head pins are in case you oopsie on one of your head pins. So you have an extra head pin. And let's see, I'm going to pick one of my turquoise beads and let that slide down there, and then I'm going to put on the quartz piece and then pick out another. I'm calling them turquoise. They're African turquoise, which is not a true turquoise. They're a jasper, but they look like turquoise. That's why everybody calls them that. So there we go. So I've got my beads on there. And if you're new to wrap loops, which you're probably not, if you're a fan of soft flex, you probably already know how to do this. But if you need one, I just put up a PDF on our website. It's a free download for how to make a wrap loop if you need step by step with photos on how to do a wrap loop. So I'm going to take my chain nose plier and I'm going to grab my my head pin above the beads, and I push the wire away from me to make a 90-degree bend. And then I get my round nose pliers. I'm going to pop that to the corner, and I'm going to go up and over, and then reposition my plier and go down and around to finish.
I always love seeing how people do this particular thing because so many people do it just a little bit different.
I know, isn't that funny?
Mine is like
it's so common.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Look at your videos on how you do it.
It's so funny. It's like the exact opposite direction. Like you point towards me, then away from me, then towards me.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it doesn't matter which way you go. It's really just like what are you used to doing? What feels natural? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so I'm just bringing this around. So my wraps, they're as far as they can go. They've filled that space. So I'm going to trim this wire. You always want to hold on to this short little piece of wire. I'm just going to put a finger on it because otherwise it can shoot off in an unpredictable direction and you don't want to hurt anybody. And then here's my pliers. I'm just going to give a little squeeze to tuck that tail down. So there's my little dangle. I picked out the quartz. I don't know if you guys are into like the metaphysical properties of stones, but quartz is like an amplifier or a magnifier of the other stones in your piece. So I thought that would be fun for the charm. And even with like my prep work, I do not have time to like totally make this project on camera. So I am going to disassemble and then reassemble a bracelet. So basically you got to finish your Kumihimo. You just keep going until you're out of beads. And then just like at the beginning, you braid a little bit without beads. And before you assemble your bracelet, you're going to want the end caps to dry all the way. So this is a 2-part process, right? So you're going to do your Kumihimo, glue the end caps on, and then come back the next day, and then you can assemble everything. Uh-oh, I did too good of a job closing this jump right now. I can't find the seam. Oh, there it is. Found it. I'm just getting old.
That's a good point. Katney says Rebecca also has starter kits on her website with the bobbins and the discs included. So you can always pick up a starter kit if you're brand new to this.
Yes, we do have toolkits. And oh, I should mention this before I forget. We're running our St. Patrick's Day sale on Kumihimo kits. So that's any of the Kumihimo jewelry kits. It's an auto discount. I got all like the fine print stuff is on the landing page of the website, but it's the regular stuff, you know, only 1 discount per order, etc. But it's an auto thing, so you don't have to type in a coupon code. It'll just do it. There's a little button that'll take you to our collection of Kumihimo kits, and you can pick out something, get a little St. Patrick's Day treat. So that's kind of fun. All right, so I'm just about ready to put this bracelet together. Show you all the good stuff after you've made all your components. All right, so when you're done playing, you're going to have your Kumihimo braid with your end caps on there. You're going to have 4 of your gemstone strands. You've got your charm that you made, and then you've got all your findings, right? So in the kit, the findings come in a bag like this. Everybody's all together. So then we're just going to assemble. So basically, you're going to open up a jump ring. And remember, when you're opening jump rings, you want to find the cut. And you're going to hold basically half of your jump ring. And then you can either push or you can pull. I usually push to open up that jump ring.
Are these findings from the new owners of TierraCast, or are they from a stash of old?
They are still classic TierraCast.
Uh-huh.
I am a grade A hoarder. And
good job.
Yeah, and I mean, we will very soon be transitioning to the new TierraCast. But yeah, we stockpiled a little over a year's worth of materials when they announced
Which works out because that's about the time you needed.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure, but that was as far as my budget would take me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have gotten more. I'm like, okay, that's that. Don't lose your mind, Rebecca. No.
Oh, how pretty. Is that fluorite? Oh, did we lose her again?
Oh, yeah, she went muted again. There we go.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
That's weird. Like, I saw hit, like, it like highlighted mute. I'm like, why are you doing that? I'm not touching you. Okay.
I don't know.
And I said, can you mute right before you called my name? I'm like, no, I guess not.
Yeah, that's the fluorite. Right. Sarah was asking if that's the fluorite. Yeah. Yes,
this is the fluorite, and this is my 4 pieces on here. There's the toggle bar at one end, and when you're doing the first end of it, it doesn't matter what order you pick those up in, but we're going to do this next one. I'm going to try hard to get all of these pieces in the same order, like to not crisscross them is what I'm going to go for. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Also, we're going to try to do it in frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woohoo! We did it. Okay. Don't close it up yet. Next comes, there's my Kumihimo. Then close it up. Ta-da! Almost there. Another jump ring. All right, so with this toggle ring, I might be the only person who does this, but every time I look at this, my brain wants to like do this and pick up the big ring. That's not how it goes. It's the pointy end. Because the big ring is where the toggle bar goes. All right, close that up. We're almost there. Time for the charm. Now, you can put this charm lots of places, really. I mean, you could... Not by the toggle bar. You're going to have trouble getting your bracelet on. Don't put it there. But you could put it in the middle if you wanted it. I like it by the toggle ring. So that's where I'm going to put it. And I put it here on the ring of the end cap, but this toggle does have holes on either side there. So if you wanted to put it there, you could do that. You could try it, put it on, and see how it feels. It's up to you. So
it looks like Elizabeth also tried to do the big side of the toggle.
Yes, like I know better, but like every time my brain is just like, oh, that's the hole. No, it's not. It's funny. Mostly it happens to me when I'm like photographing things. I tend to like when I first set the toggle down, I'll have the toggle facing the wrong direction. Not that it like super matters, but I try to have them.
Now you have this in a few different colorways, right?
Oh my gosh, we have so many colorways.
And it's still available today?
Yeah, they're still available today. So we just added 4 more colors yesterday. So the Sodalite is a new color. And the African turquoise, that's what I was demoing with earlier. That's a new color.
I like that one.
And then, right, I really like African.
Apatite.
And then we also added Garnet and Picture Jasper.
Ooh, you guys, look at all these beautiful options. So good.
We were talking about how Rebecca is a color temptress.
She is. She's so good at that. Look at how pretty that is. Such a nice design, Rebecca.
Thank you. I love it. I've been wearing it a bunch.
How long do you think it would take someone to make it from beginning to end?
Not counting the time you have to let the glue dry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 4 hours. So like I've been thinking about taking this on the road as a beginner kit, because like as a beginner class, like an in-person event, because you learn so much in this one little project. And I'm thinking it could probably be like a 3 or 4 hour class.
Ooh.
Right? You just like you have to wait for the end caps to dry, but like the only thing you'd have to do at home was like the absolute final assembly.
That is a great, that's true. That would be a great class. You learn a ton of different things.
So how long do they have to order?
Well, I mean, until the kits are gone.
You have them made. Sometimes you pre-order.
Yeah, these are not pre-order. We went ahead and made a bunch of them, so they're ready for you on the website. But if you want to take advantage of the St. Patrick's Day sale, that's just through St. Patrick's Day, which is Monday. So, you know.
Oh, sorry. I think Sarah and I are both pressing the button.
Too fast. It's also on the top of my website. You'll see when you get there. But yeah, so sooner rather than later, so you can take advantage of that smoking deal. But if now's not a good time for you, you can order one later if I still have one. But we did make a fair number of these because I am thinking that I'm going to take these around when I go on tour.
When are you going on tour?
As soon as I like find a place to go.
Oh well,
it's on the
place.
It's on the to-do list.
Maybe
you have a place?
Sonoma. Yeah,
that would be fun.
Love to have.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
so I'm.
I was going to say you have something exciting coming up too, where you will be teaching away, right?
I have lots of exciting things coming up. So I have a Kumihimo design.
Oh boy.
Oh, I lost you. We lost you. Where are you going? Oh, but it's not showing me. Oh, now it is.
It is.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's just losing connection or
you
something.
Do some miming.
Yeah. I will be here and I will be there.
How about now?
We can hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why it's like Bluetooth connected, battery full. I'm like, why did you disconnect then?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, fun times. So I'm going to go to Maine the first weekend of May 2026 to the Museum of Beadwork to teach a Kumihimo design retreat. And then in October of 2026, I'm going to go to Czech Republic for a bead factory tour. And I'm going to teach Kumihimo classes. And we're going to go to Prague or go out to the countryside. And it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I love Prague. It's so pretty. I haven't been there since I was in college, so it's been a while.
It probably hasn't changed that much.
I hope
one
not.
of those like old cities, right? That has all the really beautiful architecture from years ago.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. So
have you put out a survey maybe of where people are located, where they want you to come? Where can Rebecca go next?
Where in the comments? Yeah, would you like to see an in-person class from Rebecca? We would love to hear.
That's a good idea. I mean, initially, I'm probably going to be like within driving distance of Tucson. I mean, I do consider like the entire state of Arizona, New Mexico, and California to be driving distance of Tucson. Yeah. I like driving. But yeah, that's something I want to do more of. Hit the road.
Katney says, come to Oregon.
Yeah, I just went to Oregon. It was so fun.
It looked so fun. Your yurt looked amazing.
Really pretty. I've got a yurt.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Quickly before we do the giveaway, I do have the colors in hand. I don't know if Kristen had them or not.
I didn't have all the actual colors, no, so that's perfect.
These are the colors that went into the outlet today. I've been digging around in the warehouse, finding all sorts of things in the back corners. And this is one of them that was brought to my attention from my coworker, Angela. And we were able to do a really good deal on it. It's 40% off in the outlet for the package of all four. It's under $10 for the 4 spools, and they're really pretty colors. It's basic Econoflex in a 7-strand. So it is a beading wire that you'd usually use more for a craft project. Totally would work in this Kumihimo world if you wanted to play around with it, and you could show off.
How long are they?
They are 30 feet, but there's a line running through it, which probably means it might be a little under, and that's why they're in the back of the warehouse. And it might be like 28 feet.
I had asked Thomas because we weren't sure. But yeah, so I'm glad you have the actual spools there.
Yeah, you can see they marked through how many feet were on it, which is probably telling me that they measured it and it came back from quality assurance as not being the right length. And that's why they're sitting there. And they've been sitting there for God knows how long. So we'll share the wealth with you for under $10. You can get a package of 4 and have those around. Also, we launched our spring goodie bag today, which I put together using all sorts of pieces and parts from the gallery. I put some of the beads from John's trunk show in there. I married it with some other lovely things, including a wire color that's been out of stock for a while that just came back. So lots of goodness in there, and that's 50% off if you want to grab the spring goodie bag. It's also free with your order over $99, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So using coupon code SPRINGTIME. It is a $41 for almost $42 value that you get free with your order over $99. You also get free shipping when your order is over $89. So you get both if you're a retail customer, which is pretty awesome. Rebecca, what do you have?
Oh, well, I saw someone ask about
I was just thinking, those colors would be really pretty together in a braid like this. And it sounds like they're long enough. So this is the 16 warp trapezoid braid. This is the same braid that I'm teaching in that Zoom class that's coming up, but this is done with soft flex wire. Looks like I use medium, but you could definitely use the fine. You might just need a different size end cap. And
that's awesome.
yeah, that would be
Yeah,
a really
I love
cool
that. I
project to
love
do
that
with
design.
wire.
That one's super, super cool.
You-
Becky, they are the same. So the actually, I think for the spring goodie bag and for the Econoflex bundle, that's correct, right, Sarah? They're all the same.
Yeah, all the same this time. There may be a slight variation. If you bought 2 springtime goodie bags, you'd get probably a slight variation between the two. There's a pendant in there that's different. There's 2 different options, but mostly it would be the same.
Yeah.
So that's a good point, Becky. Also, I saw the question of where to find it on our website. You're going to go to softluxcompany.com. It's right at the top in the new products section. So pretty easy. You can also find that coupon code right on the website as well. Let's see.
Yeah, there's the new
really-
category, but it depends. The new category does not work for certain customer types. So that might be why Kelly was having trouble with that link, Thomas. So yeah, if you just go to softluxcompany.com, you'll see it right below the main banner will be the new products.
What was that book you showed us, Rebecca, and where can they get it?
We're gonna get it. Places where used books are sold.
It's out of
I'm gonna pop you up. Show it one more time.
This is
Yeah.
actually not too hard to find.
I wonder if
you
I
go
have
to a
that
place
one.
that sells used books.
I
I'm
definitely
working on getting book 3 back into print. We're gonna print it ourselves.
Wonderful.
Hopefully by the end of the year. Stay tuned.
Yay.
It's a project.
Kristen has the giveaway, I think. Oh, what are you doing? See?
So I'm using a Tanzanite Softlex wire, and then I use those rolla beads. So I started my braid. I don't know. I just cut the beads in how many I had to make, divided by 8. So I have no idea how long this is going to be and what it'll end up as. But I love
Spirit next week, and she will.
I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the fun part with the Softlex is usually there's like a little bit of space because it's a little heavier. It doesn't disappear as much as your thread, and you get to kind of see the color peeking in between your rolla beads, which this Tanzanite is so pretty with the silver.
It is.
So
that
pretty.
Tanzanite is soon to be back. We have a lot of wire in production right now. It's fast and furious. So, and also an update on the Extreme. We were expecting the coating process to go fairly quickly, and it got to that process mid-December, and there's been some hangups. But it is being put onto the big spools as we speak and should be going into the warehouse to be spooled into little spools and be checked out soon. So silver and champagne in the 019 will be restocked any day now. Watch the website. And then, of course, we have the outlet for the 014 silver or champagne if you want to check those out. They're in outlet, and we do have some options there, but we don't have the regular stock. But lots of other colors, black and antique brass are back this week, and then we have like 2 new colors coming every 2 weeks for a while.
Yay! Oh my gosh, it's so nice. We've definitely been needing a wire.
Missing my wire.
Yes.
What is happening here? It's just a crisis of like sickness and short-staffedness and all sorts of things have been working against us, but we're getting there. So stay tuned. We got wire coming. Don't worry. And there's plenty of colors still there that are in good stock, like purple and green turquoise and some of my favorites. But I know we're missing some of those other colors that have been out for a while, like Tanzanite. I really missed Tanzanite.
That's pretty funny. I haven't used it in a while, and that's probably why. But when I pulled out all my Kumihimo stuff, I had 8 strands already cut to go for something that I was going to do at some point. So I was like, ooh, Tanzanite.
Tanzanite was fully produced last year, and there was something wrong with the coating. and so it had to be redone. And because it's not the top selling color, it got down on the list of priorities, but it's prioritized and it's coming. So
yay. I do like the chubby disc. Kim is asking if I like the big disc.
Yes.
You know, it's nice when you're working with soft flex, and it's nice when you're working with kraft
Agreed.
wire, because you need
I
a
really
little
like
extra. Yeah, because when you're pulling it back and forth, the thinner disc does start to bend and get a little wobbly. Thinner disc is fine with all of the threads, but I feel like when you're using the beading wire or the kraft wire, which are both ones I tend to use, then the thick disc is fantastic. You can't even, it hasn't moved at all. Like, it's still exactly the same as when I first got it quite a few years ago. So I do like the chubby disc.
Kristen, do you want to pull up the giveaway?
You got it. Let me grab that. Go ahead and
then
share.
Also, I hope you'll join us tomorrow for a live sale. Our next live sale is at 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, which is Thursday, and it runs through Sunday or Monday. They were talking about Monday, I saw in some chats, but
I don't think we decided, but I feel like it's a nice idea. So I guess we'll know by tomorrow.
Sale to run through Sunday. Tell us in the comments. We're still deciding, but hopefully you had a great time at the Bead Shopping Network last Friday. I was sad to miss it, but it looked pretty amazing from my vacation spot when I checked in. So hopefully you guys just shopped your little hearts out last week.
Yeah, it was a fun day. It was really, we have the winner chosen. So stay tuned for that announcement coming very shortly.
Yeah, somebody won $150 shopping spree.
Woo-hoo. So awesome. All right, so here we go. Here we go for our giveaway. You must be here to win. So if you see your name called, please let us know in the comments you are here. We'll give you a few minutes to let us know. And if you're not here, then we will forfeit that prize and we'll choose another winner. So here we go. 70 of you. And we're giving away one of those Econoflex bundles with all of those pretty colors. I do feel like Econoflex is just such a pretty color range. My Beaded Bliss over on YouTube is our winner today. Are you still here with us, My Beaded Bliss? Let us know what your first name is too, so that we can make sure when we tell the office who won, they know who to look for.
Yeah. Katney said it was a great day, but it was long and hard with no breaks.
Yeah, we did discuss breaks, but it's really hard. It's more of a pass the baton kind of thing. You really can't break in the action in that kind of a day. Yay, she's here. Device. Wonderful. And her name is Kimberly. Congratulations, Kimberly. Yay. So glad that you're here. Please go ahead and send us an email at info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know your shipping information and the office will get your prize out to you. Yeah, quite a few people said they watched it all. They just did the whole thing from start to finish.
It reminds me a little of the virtual Tucson, where you're just really having to keep it going. Grab your granola bar, lace up your sneakers, and just keep it going. It's hard, but you can do it.
That's exactly what I mean. That was our idea, right? We wanted it to feel like a market show, like you're at a show and you're going from booth to booth, and it's just all of this excitement. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a calendar now for Bead Shopping Network. So what'll be nice is we all as vendors can plan ahead and have our best, newest, most fun things planned for that live sale. So I think it's just going to get better and better as time goes on.
Yeah.
And maybe Rebecca will even join us sometime.
Maybe she will.
All right. It was so good to see all of you. Thank you for your beautiful project, Rebecca.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me here. As always, this is always a great time.
I'm so digging your wall color behind you. Did it change? Are you in a new spot? Something?
I'm in a different corner.
Yeah.
She did some rearranging. Yeah.
I like the color. It's really pretty behind you. Yeah, it's great.
This direction.
I like that brighter
Yeah.
color too.
The pop of the bright turquoise by the almost like an emerald green. I like
Beautiful.
it.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow for our next live sale at 1 p.m. Pacific. I think Joyce might be on the schedule for Friday morning.
I don't think so. I think she was supposed to be last week, but we had the hop.
Joyce
So
is off this Friday, but Kristen will wrap around next Monday and maybe even have that Kumihimo to show you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I'm just going to keep going and we'll see where we end up.
Fun.
It'll probably be a good tester for me to make some changes for what I can show you on Monday,
Yeah, perfect. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.